Welcome, guys. Welcome to this day 63. And we are going to have a very important topic today. This is in continuation to what we saw, like, let's say, yesterday. The reason being, yesterday we had a three skills practice, right? So we know what is that, how to set goals, how to write gratitude, and how to write one idea per day. But here, I wanted to also tell you there is one very, very important skill which you need to learn as a designer. Okay, so let me complete this as well so that you guys will get a greater confirmation and a clarity on what is this whole habits about. Okay, because this is all coming in the habits and you can practice that. Particularly recent times, a lot of designers have asked this, Jagdish, I am not able to be more productive because of this reason, because of this factor, and how to overcome that. It's not just becoming overcome, it's developing that skills. It's developing that skill of how to do that. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to give you a small practice as well, how you can able to execute it. But before that, I wanted you to watch one video. Okay, so just pay close attention to this video while you're watching and just soak into this video. Okay, so once if you're able to do it, then automatically your knowledge will grow more towards this topic. Then let me explain you another practical case studies also, how you can able to learn it. Okay, so with that context, we will actually start this session, guys. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay. Okay, just pay close attention, guys. Okay, just watch this full, because you will be getting clarity only when you watch this. Okay, so before that, let me go to the YouTube live and take down our link. Just a second, guys. Okay. Second. Just a second, guys. Don't. Uh, okay, because let me share this to others also, whoever is interested to. Okay. Yep. Okay. So with that being said, now we'll start this session, guys. Okay. Because focus is one of the major important practice which everybody needs to know. First of all, we need to learn the theoretical part of it. What is this concept about? Second, we'll delve into a little case study as well. Okay. I'm just sharing you the screen so that you guys can able to find it out easily. Okay. Just a second. Just a second. Just watch this video very carefully from the start till the end. I wanted you to just observe this because this concept will not be able to easily understand by you. Okay. I needed you to first observe it very carefully. Okay, fine. So now this is a TED talk, guys, recent TED talk, which was given by one of the, I would say, the great guy. I mean, it's like very rare to see this kind of a people out there in the public. Okay. So just listen to this very carefully. Confirm me whether you're able to hear the audio, video, and everything. Jailandini, can you confirm me? Can you able to hear the audio, video, everything?
Yes, sir.
Just watch this very.
When I was growing up as a child, I was teased very often for being so distracted. Teased for being distracted, teased for not being able to concentrate. And you know, had I not been born a few decades ago, I probably would have been given one of those colorful acronyms like ADD or ADHD, and branded and probably drugged for not being able to concentrate, right? It wasn't until I was in my early 20s when I graduated from university. I grew up in Australia, and I left and went to Hawaii, where I joined my guru's monastery. It was a cloistered traditional Hindu monastery where he taught me how to concentrate. And that's really what I want you to keep in mind, this concept of being taught how to concentrate. It's in my humble opinion that most people can't concentrate today for two reasons. One is we're never taught how to concentrate, and second is we don't practice concentration, right? So how can you do something if you're never taught how to do it? And how can you be good at something if you don't practice it? Let's take a little survey here. How many of you here in the audience, growing up in school, were formally taught how to concentrate? Can we have a show of hands? Like formal training in concentration in school, like classes every week. Okay, one person and two people in this entire audience, right? So here's a question for you. How many of you in this room here, growing up, were told to concentrate? Isn't that amazing? People tell us to concentrate, but they don't tell us how to. And I got told to concentrate all the time. Dandapani, concentrate on eating your food. Dandapani, concentrate on doing your homework. Anybody want to show me how to do it? How many of you here have children? Okay, how many of you tell your children to concentrate? Do you show them how to? No, right? And then you wonder why they can't concentrate. You can't expect somebody to do something if you don't teach them how to do it. And then if they want to be good at it, they have to practice it, right? So if I wanted to play for the Chicago Bulls or dance for the San Francisco Ballet Company, I ask people this question all the time in my talks. I ask them, how many hours a day should I practice? The general answer is usually about 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. And then I ask them, so after 6 months, can I play for the Bulls? The answer is usually no. After a year? No. But I'd be better at basketball, right? I'd be a better ballet dancer. So imagine if you practice distraction 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. What would you be good at after 6 months? Distraction. After a year, you'd be really good at distraction. After a year and a half, you'd be an expert at distraction. You'd write the New York Times bestseller on distraction. TEDx would invite you to come and give a keynote on distraction. You'd get on stage, you'd be so distracted, you'd forget what you were supposed to talk about. Right? That's how good you are. All right? But the truth is, we don't practice distraction 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. The truth is, we probably practice it more like 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. The average person sleeps, what, 7 to 8 hours, to say, roughly. So we're awake for about 16 hours of the day. Let's just say on average, we're practicing it 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, distraction. And then you wonder why you're so good at it. That's the law of practice. The law of practice is that we become good at whatever it is we practice. Whether it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter. If you practice something over and over and over again, you become really good at it. And that's why people are so good at distraction, because it's what they practice. Why aren't people good at concentration? Because they never taught it and they never practice it. They don't need to be drugged. They just need to be taught how to do it. Children don't need to be drugged. They just need to be taught how to concentrate. And then they need to practice it, just like anything else, to become a good tennis player, to become a good dancer, the performer, anything. Practice, practice, practice. And then people say things like, technology are great distractors, right? Smartphones. Oh, I have this thing so distracting, my smartphone. The internet. Are they distractors? I'd like to say no first, and then yes. But mostly no. Why? Let me tell you a story. So when I left Australia after university and went to Hawaii to be a monk, it was a very traditional monastery, so when you join a monastery like the one I did, you literally have to give everything up. Your family, your friends, everyone you know, everything you owned. And when you got to the monastery, you're given a set of robes, a set of beads, and a MacBook Pro laptop. Okay. Yes, I did say a Mac. So every monk got a Mac, and when iPhones came out, we had an iPhone as well. And it's really interesting. It's always fascinating to me to see people's reactions when I tell them about monks with Macs. You know, and I remember this lady once that came to visit the monastery, and she asked me a question, and I said to her, "Why don't you send me an email, and I can email you back a response my teacher wrote up, and it'll give you some nice insights." She looked at me kind of strangely and finally asked, "Is it okay for monks to use email?" I said, "Of course it's okay for monks to use email, as long as there are no attachments." Some people just getting it now. So technology in itself is not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing, as long as we're in charge of it. But if every time your iPhone beeps or makes a sound and you turn to it and you go, "Yes, master, how can I serve you today?" then you live in that world of distraction. It's training you to be distracted. But if you actually use technology, then technology is not a bad thing. When I say yes earlier, that technology can be distracting, there are some aspects of technology that can be distracting. For example, in the Mac, you have notifications that drop down. But that's as easy as clicking on it and turning it off. Turning off those notifications and not responding, but choosing what you want to engage with. Right? So technology in itself is not a bad thing. The question is, do we choose to engage in it or not?
Introducing the Shack Warm-Up. The Shack inspired street.
So how do we become good at concentrating? We start by understanding the mind. Right? All of us have a mind. It's the most powerful tool in the world. It built a smartphone. It's put machines that drive itself on Mars. Yet there's no manual for the mind. Right? When was the last time you saw a manual for the mind? Yet you buy a point-and-shoot camera whose only purpose and duty is to point and shoot. It comes with a 100-page manual. Right? Yet we have the most complex tool in the world, our mind, and there's no manual. So the first thing I learned when I went to the monastery was to learn how the mind works. Because once you know how the mind works, you can control it, and once you can control it, you can focus it. You can't focus or concentrate something you don't understand. So how does the mind work? From the monk's perspective, from the monk's experience of the mind, there's two things that you need to understand. One is there's awareness, and one is the mind. So I'll take a few moments to explain this to you and share what they are. So imagine awareness as a glowing ball of light, like an orb that can float around. Okay, so that's awareness. Now imagine your mind as a vast space, vast area with many different sections within it. One area of the mind is anger, jealousy, food, sex, happiness, joy, science, art. And this glowing ball of light called awareness can travel within the mind, and it can go to any area of the mind it wants to go to. And when it goes to a particular area of the mind, it lights up that area. When it lights up that area of the mind, you become conscious of it. So to give you an example, your friend invites you to go see a movie, for example, okay? "Hey, Doug, do you want to go see Mission Impossible 16? Sure, let's go." Okay, so you go to the theater, you're watching, you sit down, the lights are all on, you're chatting with your friend, the lights dim, the movie starts. And if it's a really great director or producer, he or she can take your awareness to any area of the mind they want you to go to, right? They can take you to a sad area of mind, to a happy area of the mind. The movie can get really exciting, thrilling, suspenseful, scary. And it's 90 minutes later, you see two words on the screen and it says, "The end." And you turn to your friend and you go like, "Wow, that was an amazing movie." But you paid $13 or $14 or $15 or whatever it is to allow the director to take your awareness to different areas of the mind. And this happens on a daily basis. Each day we allow someone or something throughout the day to take our awareness from one area of the mind to another. When we allow a person or something to do that, we're being distracted. The art of concentration is the art of keeping awareness, that ball of light, on one thing for an extended period of time. Every time that ball of light drifts away, we bring it back. It drifts away again, we bring it back, right? So that's the theory. You have awareness and you have the mind. You are not the mind. When people say my mind wanders all the time, technically that's a false statement. What wanders is your awareness. Your awareness is moving within your mind. So that's the theory of it. So let's do a simple little practical exercise to see if...
Okay, there is one exercise given. Okay, just follow this, guys, so that you will be able to do it. Okay, just follow what he's saying. By sitting in this chair, you can do it. Okay.
this actually works, or it's just some monk voodoo talk. Okay? So for that, I need audience participation. I need all of you to sit up straight in your chair. Okay? So if you have anything in your lap or hand, just place it down on the ground. Sit up straight in your chair with your spine straight. If you're leaning back, just sit forward a little bit. I want you to close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in. And I want you to become aware of the room. Become aware of the chair that you're sitting on. Become aware of any sounds you might hear, the sound of my voice, the humming of the projector or air conditioning. Now I want you to become aware of the most recent wedding that you attended. Do you remember whose wedding it was? Who was getting married? Did you approve of the marriage? Try and think everything you can about the wedding. Did you go by yourself? Did you go with your family? Was it a large wedding? Hundreds of people? Or was it small and intimate with maybe 20, 30 people? How was the food? Was it good? Was there alcohol? Did you drink a lot? Do you even remember how much you drank? Do you remember what the bride was wearing? Did she make a good choice? Now I want you to remember the most recent holiday that you went on, the most recent vacation that you went on. Do you remember where it was? And what kind of vacation was it anyway? Was it a yoga retreat? Was it a wellness trip? Was it educational? Was it adventure? How long did you go for? What was the weather like over there? Try and think everything you can about this vacation. Did you spend a lot of money? How was the food? Spicy, bland, bad? Did you get sick eating the food? Now your eyes are still closed. I want you to become aware of the room again. Become aware of the chair that you're sitting on, the sound of my voice, humming of the air conditioner or projector. Now slowly open your eyes and settle back in your seats again. Okay, that was a very simple exercise to prove two things to you. One is there's a clear separation between awareness and the mind. And second is you can actually take your awareness and move it to any area of the mind that you want it to go to. Because you just allowed me to do that. I took your awareness from this room, becoming aware of this chair that you're sitting on, the sound of my voice, the air conditioning, the projector, and you went to the wedding area of the mind. And the longer you stayed there, the more you thought about the wedding. How do I know you were thinking about it? Because I had my eyes open, and when I asked you a question like, did the bride make a bad choice? Some of you were like, yeah. With a dress? Yes. So I knew you were thinking about the wedding, right? And then you went from the wedding area of the mind, and you traveled all the way to the vacation area of the mind, and you stayed there, and while you were in the vacation area of the mind, you weren't thinking about the wedding or about the room. And then you went from the vacation area of the mind back to the room again. And I made you think about the chair, the room, and you weren't thinking about the wedding or the vacation then. And this is what happens all day. We allow people and things around us to take awareness from one area of the mind to another all day long, from the time we wake up. And therefore, we become distracted. To be concentrated is to be able to keep your awareness on one thing for an extended period of time. How do we practice this? We practice this by doing one thing at a time throughout the day. What's the best way to develop concentration? The best way to develop concentration is to bring that practice into our everyday life. Look at opportunities throughout your day. In your average day, ask yourself, what's a great opportunity to practice concentration? How many of you have a spouse or partner that you live with? Quite a few of you. Every time you speak with your spouse or your partner, keep that ball of light, that awareness on that person. It drifts away, bring it back. It drifts away, bring it back. The more you practice this, the more you become better at concentration. Give her or him your undivided attention. So if you speak to your spouse for 2 hours a day, what a great opportunity to practice concentration. Every time you speak with your child, practice concentration. Parents come up to me all the time and say, Dandapani, how can I teach my children to concentrate? Very easy. You learn to concentrate first. You know, there's an old saying that goes, monkey sees, monkey do, you know. And if you can't concentrate, you can't expect your child to concentrate. And if you don't teach your children how to concentrate, how can they possibly learn how to concentrate? They can't. The benefits of concentration are endless, right? When you're able to concentrate, you're able to focus all your energy into a single given point. Life is a manifestation of where your energy is flowing. And if you can't concentrate your energy, the things that you want to manifest in your life becomes very, very challenging. So learn to concentrate by doing one thing at a time. Bring this practice into everything that you do throughout the day. Make it a part of your life. Practice, practice, practice. Keep bringing awareness back and keep it focused on one thing at a time. Share this knowledge with your children. Be an example for them so they can grow up. Let's stop drugging our children and solve the simple problem by teaching them how to concentrate and helping them to practice concentration. Be unwavering in your focus. Proceed with confidence because life is meant to be lived joyously. And it all begins by learning how to concentrate and staying focused. Thank you very much, everyone.
Do you wish to move your data science career abroad?
That's great. So, are you guys getting the clarity on what is this? Okay. What did you learn in this so far? Just type out in the chat. Type out. What did you guys get out of this? Okay, so let me close this with a very simple note, guys. Okay. First of all, we have watched a video. Okay. We watched a video. So that video is going to give you a concept. Like, what is this concept about? This is about, we have two things, which is mind and awareness, and we allow our mind to do it with sitting into different awareness. And then the reason why we get distracted. So he has told exactly. Okay. So now what is there for us? It's fine that we watch the concept, but how to improve it? Being a designer, let's talk about that because this is more specific to the creative design field. Okay. So how to improve it? That is the point. First of all, if you wanted to really start doing this in a far more different way, you'll have to first write what is your top values. Area. Okay. Second, you should know daily activities, like let's say daily activities, which is giving you fulfillment. Okay. So this is the second thing. The third, you will have to write it in a paper. Okay. Write it in a paper. The fourth, you should know how to focus only at a time once. Like let's say on that only one task. Focus on one task until it's done. This is what Brain Tracy says as single handling. Okay, this is a very, very simple phenomenon, guys. It's called single handling. Just doing one thing at a time, not getting distracted away. Okay. See, he said very clearly, we cannot acquire this skill by just watching the concept. We can only acquire the skill by actually practicing again and again and again. Okay. Very simple concept he explained. Okay. So first write your top 3 values. Can you do it parallelly with me? So that while you're watching this video, you will be having a super clarity on how to implement it in everyday to day life. Very, very simply. I'll give you one small activity so that you can able to do it. Okay. So write your top values in your career so far. See, example, it could be something like designing. That's okay. It could be something like let's say attention to detail. Okay, like let's say it could be something like wealth building. Okay, anything, it could come anywhere, not a problem. Okay, so write down in the daily activities which is giving you fulfillment. Okay, in that one, take a paper and just write it down. Like let's say it could be the answer for designing. Let's talk about that. Okay, so designing, you want to actually start designing in a day, and then you're very famous and you're very comfortable, and then your top value is like that. And then if you start designing properly, you will be getting an entire good career out of it. And then you found out that value. Okay, because everything starts with value. I cannot talk about any skill without knowing the value and goals of it, because nothing is disconnected. Everything is connected through that one dot. How you can able to first align on a task? First, you'll have to know what task we needed to focus. Okay, focus is fine. We have learned it. We have understood the concept. We'll practice it. But where to focus? That's what I'm telling you again. Okay, so write it in a paper. Like let's say you wanted to prepare a project. Okay, it could be anything, guys. Like let's say if you wanted to prepare for interview. Okay, so these are two things which is there for your day. Like let's say you have one interview and you have a projects to prepare. First of all, you need to understand which is the most priority task. Okay, like let's say attending interview would be the most priority task today, because interview is very important for you, because interview cannot be postponed after 2 days. You can do a new project later also, not a problem, but interview is very important. So you should know what to prioritize. Okay, priority one, and this is priority two. Okay, so you need to first understand what is the priority one and what is the priority two. You have to move these things first. Okay, if you are not enough prepared, then you should not go for the interview. Then your priority is learning a project, learning a skill. Okay, let me write learning a skill. Okay, now you will understand better. So you should first know what to prioritize, because that is ultimately important. You should not focus on the wrong things. Okay, like let's say if your skill is not good, then that becomes a priority zero. That means you'll have to do it first without any kind of a distraction. Okay, then you can prepare a project, then your interview is done. So I talked about sequence and priority. First, you have to prioritize, then you have to arrange it in a sequential order to know it. Then you choose the most important task out of it. Okay, like let's say actually the next step would be to, I would say the next step would be to um, identify one task. Okay, and take massive action for it. Till when? Until it's done. Okay, like let's say learning a skill. You wanted to learn something like a wireframes. Okay, you wanted to create a small, medium fidelity wireframe or low fidelity. Low fidelity, you can do it in the paper itself. Okay, so what are the massive action you can take? You can practice first of all clearly that, okay, let me build 100 wireframes. Okay, let me build 100 wireframes for all shopping apps. Okay, so like let's say I'll take 10 competitors. Okay, and I'll do 10 screens each. Very simple. You guys have now fixed the target. Very simple. Okay, so then what you have to do, you have to switch on your timer. Switch on timer. Okay, then you can just start the timer and start doing it. You will definitely get distraction. I'll tell you what, you will get distraction for people around you. Okay, you will get distraction with cell phone notifications. Okay, you'll get distracted with like let's say ambience. Okay, sometimes it will be good, some the weather will be bad, cold, hot. You will be distracted for no reason. This is also possible. Many times I've seen people get distracted for no reason. I don't know what is the real what you call. Okay, so there are many things which will affect you over the time, but what you have to do, your responsibility is to just switch on the timer for just 20 minutes. First try with 20 minutes. Okay, don't try much. Like let's say do it for 20 minutes first. Okay, don't do much. 20 minutes without any distraction. Let me bring my awareness back. Like let's say I'm practicing wireframes for like let's say 10 competitors. First, let me break down what are the 10 competitors. Okay, you'll have to write like this. Like let's say what is the task one. You'll have to write, I'll list the companies, listing. Okay. Then I'll think about how I can able to copy in my notepad or maybe your digital pad. Okay, see, break down the task. That is why you become very simple and systematic towards it. Okay, copy in my notepad. Then what I can do, I can able to recreate it. See, have a flow in your mind clearly. Okay, recreate it again. Okay, then repeat it. Okay, then repeat it. Automatically, you will know what is the next step. Okay, so you will have to repeat it. Repeat. Okay, fine. So recreate it and repeat it until 20 minutes hit the clock. Okay, got it? Just 20 minutes. Then you can do your other stuffs, whatever you want. Even you can continue the wireframes, but 20 minutes is the time which you have to switch on your timer and you have to only focus there. Because as he said, it will only come by practice. So you will have to know consciously that 20 minutes, whatever urgency or anything comes, I will never get distracted. I will not go away. I will complete it until 20 minutes hit the timer. Yeah, I completed 20 wireframe screens. See, that's it. You will get a lot of things done once when you focus on only one thing at a time. If you keep distracting, nothing will happen. Okay. So there are two things which I told you. First, prioritize which you wanted to focus. Second, start keeping a timer and do it. This is a time bound activity. Okay. You can do this for any activity. If you wanted to do research, if you wanted to do prototyping, if you wanted to do portfolio building, if you want to do interview preparation, just break down the task like this, put your timer on and start working. Slowly, you can increase the timer to, like, let's say, after 1 month, okay, you can even increase for 60 minutes. Okay. After 3 months, you can even in fact increase for 2 hours. After 1 year, you can increase it in fact for 6 hours at one stretch. Yeah, you can do it. It's possible. But I'm able to do it for 2 hours and 60 minutes because I've been practicing this for a long time. Because I was also super distracted initially, not able to focus, concentrate, because my goals and values were not very clear for me. I don't know, like I was jumping here and there, watching some fancy stuffs, going from here and there. Oh, this video is better. Okay, this designer is better. Oh, this inspiration, this color scheme, and this is better. Let me go and learn from here. So all this mind wobbling thoughts and everything was there initially with me. But after that, I understood it is not going to yield you any benefits, and that is the reason I exactly drifted back. Okay, once if you do it, guys, then automatically you will see slowly improvement happening. You can do it in your personal also. You can do it in your talking with your spouse, as he said. You can do it while you're driving. Just focus only on driving. You can do it when you're writing something. Just write it. When you're eating something, you just eat it. When you're talking with somebody, just talk. Focus there. When you're watching a video, just focus there. Just one thing at a time, doing and completely until it's done. That is the only way to practice, and that's what he also said. Okay, I hope the skill would have been a game changer for you, and the point is you will have to practice it. Okay, so I'm pasting in the YouTube live as well, like let's say what is the materials you can have. Okay, anyway, this one material I found it from online because this guy was very interesting. Okay, I'm pasting the other link as well, guys. Okay, there is another meditation practice which I sent you. Ideally you guys can practice it. Okay, it's a meditation by Anapana. Like let's say this is one of the practice I would say from Vipassana technique, which I have did for a long time. It was really good, but you can try anything. Totally comfortable with whatever method you want, but try something. Don't just sit idle. Nothing. I mean, uh, having the version one is always having the version none, right? So just start with that basics. So don't wait for some magic will happen and then I will start becoming the focus. And then no, don't tell that. Just start with basics. I've just given you one video concept now. I've just given you one short audio also. You can just listen to it and choose your right task and start focusing. Practice it in at least all aspect of your life. Imagine, as he said, if you practice it for 2 activities, 3 activities, 10 activities, slowly, every part of your life, you will be just focused towards doing that. And you will automatically become a very, very matured person towards doing that. I'll tell you guys, people whoever goes into a career, like let's say 5 to 10 years growth, can able to just get it in 1 year properly if they focus on the right thing, what they do until it's getting done. That is a big magic. You will not believe time and diamond and money is not the real asset. Focus is the real asset. It's been asked with uh, Like let's say it's been asked with Bill Gates, it's been asked with Warren Buffett, what is the one thing which you guys think is the success uh, you guys got, and what would you tell to the world that one thing, if you do it properly, these people will become success? You will not believe Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and some of the top richest people in the world. Okay, they own the 80% of the wealth in the world. They were there in that very important function or party hall. There was one journalist who went inside, and then he said, hey, hi everybody. This room is filled with most wealthiest person and successful people who has built multi-billion-dollar industries. I wanted to ask you one thing, everybody. What is the one thing which you think is the ultimate game changer for becoming a successful in the entire world? You will not believe everybody, including the Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, said, turning like this to that reporter, focus. Only one word they said, focus. Everybody turned and they said, focus. I think three people said that. These people are the top notch in the world. Imagine they could have said hard work. Imagine they could have said computer knowledge. They could have said Figma knowledge. They could have said you should learn software. You should learn tools. You should learn this, what you call this skill, that skill. You should learn sketching skill. You should do research skill. You should do that skill. They said focus. There is a deeper meaning to why they said that. Because if you start focusing on the right things until it is done, you will automatically become the master and the best at it. All of the money and wealth you can learn, you can earn by just understanding this one skill. And just it will start flowing into your life. But if you don't understand this focus, and then if you start earning money, and then if you're having this design job and all these things, whatever you have, it will automatically go away. One of our student, I'll not use the name, but what happened is this guy got the job. Okay, real case study. This guy got the job. I told while he got the job also, hey, Mister, you have still not been fully prepared. Just stay concentrated and prepare this. Yeah, you got the job. That's good. But he's been laid off before, and then he get into the job. And then I said, this should not happen again for you. So please sit and concentrate and focus and complete this. And you make a good portfolio out of it, and then you apply it so that in the future also you will be having a protection. You will not believe after a year, he got out of the job. What feedback the manager gave him? He's not able to understand what the design inputs what we are giving, and he's not able to execute what is happening. It's a very simple feedback to tell you that you're not concentrated and focused. You're not listening to the people what they're saying. See, even though having so much of experience, 4 or 5 years of experience, having good salaries and everything, like let's say 13 to 14 LPA, if this happens in your career, automatically you're ground zero now. Focus is the most valuable asset. It is not diamond or money or time or anything. Like people say, ask what is the most precious thing? Time, no money, focus. If you practice this one thing, automatically other things will start coming and you don't have to consciously work on it. So all the best for you to start practicing it. And I believe this session is an eye opener for you. Okay. So take care, guys. All the best. And give your feedback in this trust pilot if you feel this class has added value. Okay, I'm just pasting it in the YouTube live so that you guys can able to do it. Okay, this is for the public I'm doing. Public can put the rating. Our students are rating us based on the results what they're getting. That's great. So all the best, guys. Take care. Any doubts is there, guys? Yes, all the best. Take care. I told you something very important and a vital skill, because all of this 100 skills is not going to pivot you to become a success. The skill which is required for practicing this is focus. If you focus on this one to learn the mastering the concentration and focus, I will tell you, you can master all other skills very, very easily. This is a pivotal skill which sits on the entire slab. So imagine if you remove this pivot, the structure will become unbalanced. Okay, I wish you all the best to go and consciously practice it. I've given you exercise and activities, and I'll also paste it in the chat box so that you guys can also take it forward. Okay. Yes, guys, I put it in the chat box also in the Zoom. Copy paste that what you call resource and start doing it. I've given you a taped affirmation also. In fact, yesterday also some of our students asked, I've shared with them. Many people have personally asked me. Before going into the night, you can use that. It's a relaxation affirmation, and practice is second video. And the first is what we saw now. Okay. It's all available public. You can use that. All the best, guys. Take care. Just copy that before the meeting ends. Okay.